Hi, I'm going to show you how to make some enhanced box plots using some Python code and port that over to Power BI. Box plots are a data scientist tool for distribution and communicating the shape of the data. So let's find out some new ways to enhance these. So the first thing we're going to do is open up a Jupyter Notebook. So I'm going to open up a new one. So the first thing we're going to do is import the packages that we're going to use. So I'm going to just document what I'm doing with that hashtag. So I'm just going to import the dependencies that I'm going to use. I'm going to use matplotlib. So I'm going to import matplotlib.pyplot. Save that as a variable PLT. And matplotlib is going to allow us to style some of the plots. Then I'm going to use Seaborn. So I'm going to import Seaborn and I'm going to save it as a variable SNS. I'm going to import pandas, which is our data manipulation library. We may not need it, but I'm going to bring it in as PD. And then I'm going to use Seaborn to bring in my data set. So I'm just going to say bring in the data. So now we have that Seaborn variable, SNS, and I'm going to do load underscore data set. And then I'm going to bring in the tips data set, but I also want to save this as a variable DF just because it's shorter and easier to use. And then I want to take a look at that data. So I'm just going to use the variable that I saved it as and use head to look at the first 5 rows. So there's our data set. And we have a tips data set that has a bill, the amount of tips, and some categories like the day of the week, the time, the sex, and then we have the size of the party. Usually we use box plots to show our distribution of data. So let's make a quick box plot using matplotlib. So let's say matplot. This is going to be a basic one, lib box plot. So I'm going to isolate a column that I'm looking at and one of the numerical columns. So I'm going to look at the tips column. So I'm going to put those brackets and then use the quotations to isolate tips. Then I am going to use my matplotlib variable PLT, and I'm going to use the box plot function and then capture that box plot. And let's see, I did something wrong. I spelled tip. It's actually tips, and we don't need the S. So there is a box plot. And I'm just going to use this semicolon behind the visual to eliminate this information. So we have our standard box plot. We have our box that has our data, and then we have our median. We have our whiskers, which shows us the range of data. And then these little dots that have our outliers. So you can imagine could be kind of difficult to show a person in a meeting and explain what a box plot is. So we want to use some more visuals to communicate what's going on here. So let's create some more cells with escape BBB. And let's create a Seaborn box plot. So I'm going to document this, a Seaborn. We have that SNS variable, and I'm going to use box plot. And then I'm going to isolate the tip column, and I'm going to run that. And you can see if I leave it this way, naturally it's going to give me a horizontal box plot. So with Seaborn, it's a little bit different way of adding this data. You can see we can add the data in the X and Y, and we can also use a categorical feature. So let's see that. So instead of isolating the column, I'm just going to say data equals our data frame, X equals, and I run that, And then I can also change that to Y to change the orientation. We can add a categorical feature here just by changing this to one of the categories here. So I'm going to use sex, and then for Y, I'm going to use our tip. So let's run that. And changing the Y and changing the X will also change the orientation. So we can also use the figure from matplotlib to change the size of this. So I'm just going to use plt.figure because this square is our figure. So what we can do with this figure is layer on new visuals inside the same figure. But first I just want to make it a bit longer. So I'm going to use figure, and then I'm going to pass in fig size to change the size of that figure. And then I'm going to make it a little bit longer with 10. So we're looking at X and Y orientation. And then I'm going to keep it at 5 to keep it very short. So now we have more space. So we can already have some information. We can see that many more outliers for male than female. And there's much more variation in the tips here also. And then the median is much larger than the female median. Because we have the same figure, and I'm just going to copy this, we can add another plot to this. Now there's a plot called a swarm plot, and let me show you what that looks like. So I'm just going to copy this and put this down here. So I'm going to say swarm plot, and I'm going to make a few more cells. And it's very similar to this. And I'm going to call this a swarm. And you can see that we have a similar look to a box plot. And the individual dots here don't overlap. So we can actually add this to this figure. So let me run another version of that where I just copied and pasted this code. And then we have that. And then I'm going to take my swarm plot and add it to this figure. So we're overlaying two plots. And you can see we can have those two overlaid. But let's change the color. I'm just going to change this color equals black just so you can see everything. So you can see how these little dots don't overlay. We can use an additional plot here called a strip plot, which allows these individual dots to overlap. So I'm going to change this to not swarm and change it to strip. And if I run that, now you can already see we have something we can start to describe. We can say, here's our data, and you can see there's a section here where the data is kind of bunched together. We know that's our box. Here's the median value. We know that there is less variation on the lower end where the data is bunched back up. And then we can see there's a long whisker here where there's more variation. But let's continue to stylize this. So I'm going to go and make another copy of this. And I'm going to escape and B, and then I'll have an empty cell. So now we can start thinking about changing the palette. And the palette allows us to change the color of each one of these charts within this figure. So I'm going to change this palette. And then I'm going to pass in blues. And now you can see that box plot turns blue. We can also stylize these particular data points for our strip plot. You can shift and tab, and you can see all the different things. So we can change the palette and the size of our dots. So I can change the size, make them smaller, size equals 3. And you can see they get much smaller. Or if I can go up to 6, they're going to get bigger. We can also change the edge color here. So I'm just going to copy that. And I You can see I changed that to red, but you can barely see it. So we're going to do line width, because line width for the edge is set at 0. So let's change it to 1. And now you can see those dots. So you can already see how you can start changing a box plot to give a little bit more information. And if we change this palette to something like Rocket, and you can Google Matplotlib palettes for a whole host of different colors. So you can see we can start playing around and getting a better looking box plot. But I am going to copy this again, and I'm going to use a different type of plot that is similar to a box plot, but sometimes I think it's more telling to use this plot when you are describing your distribution of data. So I'm going to change this box to a Boxenplot, and before I describe it, I'll just show it to you. So I'm going to run that. And now you can see we have a different version of a box plot where we can see the same distribution of data, where we have our medians, and then we have our length of our data, our range here, and then our outliers. But you can see it's a little bit easier to describe how that data is bunched together in quartiles. So you can see we have a much more deeper concentration of data in our box. And then when we get here, we can see that this little skinny tube it's long because the range of those points is quite dispersed. Nice little visual to describe. And I'm going to change this edge color to maybe gray. And we can take an extra step here and even color these individual data points to reflect one of the categories within our data set. So right now we are just showing the tips for male and female, but we can also color these based on what time the person actually left the tip, at dinner or lunch. So I'm going to go back down to my Boxenplot, and I'm going to get rid of the color black here, argument hue, and I'm going to pass in time, which is our time column that gives us lunch and dinner. And if I run this, now you can see those plots change color. We can see lunch and dinner, and then you have more to describe, where we can say, if we look at lunch and we look at the outliers, all the outliers here are dinner. Well, all the major outliers are dinner. We do have a blue one here and a blue one here. So we can see that people usually probably leaving a little higher tips because probably the bill is higher at dinner. And if we look in, we can kind of see some of the blue dots dominating in the section here. So there's a lot that you could describe here. So let's pop over to Power BI and let me show you what I've done. Use a slightly different color here, but let me just take you through how to build this visual very easily. So let me show you how I brought the data in first. I'm going to go to transform data, and then you can see we have the same data set here. But if I go to the source, what I did, I used a Python script and I imported Seaborn and imported our data set here. Same as we did in Matplotlib. Then I brought in this visual by using the Python script, and then I built everything using these columns. And the reason I brought in all columns instead of just bringing in lunch and dinner and sex and tips is because we can always build a filter in that allows us to change that box plot once we get it built. So now we have this box plot, and I'm going to go over, and you can see the same information that I have brought into our Python script editors here. There is one exception here where it says plt.show. You need this in Power BI in order to show the visual. You don't need this in Matplotlib when you're in a Jupyter notebook because it's automatic. So make sure you bring this in. And then the last part here is let's bring in a filter so we can filter that box plot by smoker. So if I bring in smoker and then I turn this into a filter, and let me bring this over. So you can already see the distribution changes when you are using that categorical, and you can filter other ways where you look at the bill amount and a whole host of different things. So I hope that gives you a little bit of different way of describing your data distributions using box plots.
Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to Enterprise DNA TV. If you enjoyed the content covered in this particular tutorial, please throw the video a like. It really helps us and we really appreciate it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Enterprise DNA TV channel. We have a huge amount of content coming out all the time from myself and a range of content creators, all dedicated to improving the way that you use Power BI and the Power Platform. Lastly, check out Enterprise DNA's website, plenty of resources and further learning that you can access very easily. All the best. Take care.